So what we're going over is a 17-hour film day in Birmingham City. This day involved luxury cars, expensive filming equipment including cameras, drones, smoke machines and lighting, and a few surprises that nobody would ever expect from me. Let me show you what I experienced on my first day shooting a music video with a brand new team. First off, I want to give a huge shout out to Talma for inviting me down to capture some of the behind the scenes, support the crew with tech setups, and to help record some of the music video shots. So let me give you a quick rundown on Monday. So the night before, I think, maybe 2 days before, I was messaged by Talma. She asked me, do you want to come down to Birmingham to help the team film a music video? And part of that was going to be me doing a runner role, which is helping the crew collect piece of equipment they need, putting it together, making sure things are running smoother, and just, you know, making sure you can get all the stuff that people need for the shoot. But I also go to many of these events, like the Hive event that happens at Lockwork Cinema, where I actually met Telma. I actually do a lot of behind the scenes recording, so I was also tasked with recording BTS and doing the runner role. I also ended up filming some of the music video, and I also ended up being in it, which was a surprise to me more than everyone else. But yeah, considering I like to be the guy that's behind the camera, this was completely out of my comfort zone. And a little bit of more information, I just so happened to have taken my hair out of my normal braids like 2 days before. So I had a full fry, I was letting the scalp breathe, but nope, apparently I needed to be in front of camera on this day. It was a little unfortunate, but I actually had a really great time. Let's have a look at how we started the day once we got into Birmingham. Starting off the day, I woke up at around 6 o'clock maybe. And by wake up, I mean I barely slept. I sometimes do that where I don't sleep, especially when it's to film something, because I'm constantly making sure the battery levels of all of my equipment have been charged up, making sure my bags are properly packed, and I have everything I need just in case. I'll double check all the things that I need to do as well. So I pretty much didn't really sleep up until 6:30, but the little bits where I dozed off, I'm just gonna count it as around 6:30, made sure I was out the house for 7:30 the latest, be in town for 8, catch a train, and be in Birmingham for 9 the latest. After that, I did actually need to catch one more train for a stop to meet them even closer, which was actually convenient. And from there, we headed over to Ambrose's house. Really cool people, and he had a ton of equipment on him. I'm talking RS3, at least I think it was an RS3, maybe an RS4 if there is one out, mini gimbal, or it might be the crane version, one of them. He had a DJI Mavic drone, which is a few steps up from mine. He had an FX3, which is a few steps up from my camera as well. And you could tell from all the equipment that we ended up putting in the van, he had Hasselblad equipment, he had newer equipment when it came to batteries, lights, smoke machine. If you needed it for a music video, this guy had it, and it was amazing to see. But we started off the day by doing a little bit of team building and having something to eat for breakfast. I managed to speak to a bunch of the people. We had Talma, Chris, and Ambrose. And once I collected all the information, I'll try to put that information in the description of this video, or if this is on social media where you're seeing it, I will try to tag their accounts as well. But definitely check them out, they're great people. And if you live nearby to them or you want to reach out to work with them, definitely do it. And we started off really good actually. This is exactly how I'd want my team to be in the morning. Full stomach and enjoying the music that I've previously made. Tons of dancing, laughing, and getting to know each other. So in terms of team building exercises, this is the one time I can say I really enjoyed it. But shortly after that, it was time to get started. We loaded up the van with all the special pieces of equipment, and it was time for us to head to the first location. Our first location looked amazing. It was actually perfect for various types of shoots, but what I didn't know was that it was actually the Barbeacon War Memorial statue, and it was a rededication to all of those that had lost their lives since World War I. But as you know, there are tons of statues and places like this that are dotted around all over the country, and they do get used quite often for different types of videos. But what's most important when it comes to a location like this is that you're just respectful of the area and you make sure you don't trouble anything or get in the way of anyone. And that's what the team made sure they did. They were really respectful with everything that we had to use here. This is where we started taking all the toys out. I immediately had my camera out so I could record behind the scenes footage, and I took my drone out as well to try and get a bit of a locational shot and just to test something that was going to be a massive problem for us later on in the day. and that was the weather. The weather was amazing in terms of the temperature, and the lighting was really good at times, but it was a cloudy day, so we would have on and off sunlight in certain locations, which is manageable at times. You can definitely deal with that. But what couldn't be dealt with on the day was the wind. The wind was insane. None of our drones were able to fly for more than 5 minutes at a time because the wind would just force them to shut themselves down and say, it's not safe enough to fly here, which was really unfortunate actually, because we tried to get a bunch of really cool looking shots, but whether we've got them or not, we actually have to see in the process. We have to see what they create in the process afterwards, as little bits and pieces can always still be used, but whether they're still steady enough is completely up to what the drone managed to capture on the day. Apart from that though, other pieces of equipment we managed to use was the legendary FX3. We had it on a gimbal, which had 2 side mount arms, which was really comfortable and easy to use. We had speakers, lights, tons of stands, monitors, everything we needed so that the crew was able to micromanage each bit of this music video shoot. I even got to take the FX3 out for a spin, so that kind of gave me a little extra nudge to let me know what's right around the corner for me in terms of equipment if I just keep moving forward with what I'm doing. Next up, it was time for us to meet the other half of the group. This was the talent and flows, accompanied by Amima, who was recording a lot of BTS for that day also, and Angelina, who was going to be a model for today. A good thing about this is that there's not much else to even mention here. Everyone ended up talking to each other, getting along with each other really well, and just getting stuck into making this video shoot actually happen. Everyone knew their roles, where to position themselves and what to do, and we shot quite a few times at this one location just to make sure we had enough. Once we managed to do all of that, it was time to move on to location number 2. The second location was really important to M-Flows on this one. It was Hamstead Fish Bar, and it was a great location with amazing owners, great staff, and we got to eat their food at the end as well, so I can say they had amazing food. We were very fortunate that they managed to open up their shop early so that we could use it for all the shots that we wanted, and we also wanted the owner to participate in those music video shots as well as the manager, that the normal role that these two would have played. He was getting scolded for actually trying to get the number of the love interest whilst he was supposed to be working. And on this occasion as well, we had 2 other people that were his friends that were going to be used as actors and people that were going to be filling in the blank spaces for the shop, just to make it look a little bit more realistic. I think filming at Hamstead Fish Bar was my favorite part of the entire shoot. This had a lot of filmmaking elements to it. It had a lot of things going on just out of the view of the people that are going to be watching it. Now, obviously, people still do that kind of thing when it comes to music videos, and even just like normal videography. Sometimes even I will do it, but it was the level of set design that we were able to do here. We were able to manipulate machinery from being on or off. We were bringing in smoke machines to simulate that food was being cooked live as we were going. We actually did end up cooking a bunch of food as well, because it was the best way to run the sequence for real. It was just to do a full simulated version. We were still using gimbalized FX3 footage. We had tons of lights in every angle, which was amazing to see, and multiple different colors as well. Like, it's fun to know how many different things you can do that seem abnormal, but once you put it all together, it actually does work. Like, why were we using purple, red, white? Why were we using different color lights? But once you take a step back and you actually see everything, why does it look like it makes sense? Why is it cool that some of the warmer light is hitting someone's face, but then some of the background is just blue? Why is it that some of the light is being caught by the smoke and other bits of it are just using as backlighting or highlights around people's faces? It was really cool to see actually. And light is king, so it's something that I've been able to see. Like, if I want to step up my game when it comes to stepping into the filmmaking side of things, lighting needs to be my best friend. Even before I consider buying an FX3, even though I really want one. I do actually think, like, besides just saying I want one because I want one, I do think an FX3 or something equivalent is the next best step for what I run already. And that's because anything less than this is pricey and not different enough. And anything more than this is something that's going to be just way out of a budget. And by that point, any camera in my hand should be god tier, because apparently I'm making like so much money that spending 10 grand on a camera setup, which is not that insane when you think about it, happens, because the new FX5 just came out. That body on its own is 5 grand. People easily spend 2 grand on a lens, and that might be just a decent lens. Some of the lenses go for way more. So 5 grand for the body, 2 grand for the lens, then you buy in gimbals, microphone equipment, lighting, and you're putting all of that together for a thing. That is 10 grand in a really small package. And if I'm earning so much that I just invest in that straight away, I could probably use any camera and I'm good to go. But FX3 is the right middle ground. But if it doesn't have to be an FX3, maybe an A7 Mark V or something like that, it's a good hybrid camera, and it could be a logical step up for a hybrid camera, and then I just dedicate all my resources to a video camera like an FX3, like an FX6, so that I can use it for more of that videography, filmmaking stuff. Seeing everything from behind the scenes, capturing everything from behind the scenes, and even manipulating how much smoke we were putting on, it was really fun to be a part of this shoot. And it shows how much time and energy goes into making a shot of someone just ordering chips. Super important, and being able to tell a story so that it fits really well into a music video as well. So I had a great time. Everyone there was having an amazing time, and we ended up shooting some bits outside. This is where I start getting involved a little bit more than I expected. Now, because I was doing that, I wasn't also filming the behind the scenes at that moment, so I don't have those shots in particular, but I have got the same 3 shots from the start of the video to show you that was actually me that was in those shots. And honestly, I was super scared to even be there, because I have no control over anything that goes in that music video. It could be edited where I'm in a lot of it, I'm in a small amount. It could focus in on me, who knows? And I wasn't looking the best on that day. Like I said, I just had my throw out, I had no trim. I have recently actually gotten my hair braided. I'm just literally shaping up the sides, and then I'm good to go. But you know, if I was to do this next week Monday, I'd be actually pretty excited for it. I was still pretty excited to be in it anyway, just because it's something that's light, it's something that's fun. And I'm glad that I did it actually, because this is something that took me out of my comfort zone a little. We actually managed to interact with a ton of the people that were in the local community. At that time, school had just finished. So a lot of the people passing by actually witnessed some of the music video being shot. They did, however, miss my bit, thank God, because I am actually too nervous for that. After we were finished, we were luckily given some food from Hamstead Fish Bar. We definitely were not waiting around to eat that. We tried almost every item on the menu, to be honest. It was something that we really needed after already shooting for about 8 hours, I would say. So our next bit was heading back to Barbican so that we could get a shot with a BMW as a prop. And it was just a shot of Enflows and Angelina. After the chip shop section, it was a natural progressional shot to get them with each other at a car, either inside, outside, drone shot, gimbal shot, handheld shot. We did pretty much everything. And we also went for a 1-shot take as well of pretty much the entire song by yours truly. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that one goes actually. And now it's time to talk about the last location, which was Soho Tavern. Now this spot was by far our most difficult place to film, but it's nothing to do with the location, because the staff was amazing. The location itself, the building, looked great from the front and the back actually. And we were managing to film multiple different angles. We actually got 2 main shots. One of them was on a overlooking landing at the back of the building. It overlooks their back garden. The other shot was at their front bar area. Both shots were great. They just took very different things to actually get finished. But again, tons of lighting. Lighting was definitely needed on this occasion now, because it was getting really dark. It's difficult to say when we actually got there, but we were there for quite a while. And by that point, the sun was just going down really quickly actually. So the lighting became more and more important, and we made it fun. There was tons of lights. There was tons of different color lights, mainly green and blue from what I can remember, or purple. But then you had like some of the more like natural looking white, cold, warm lights. But this is where we were trying to record a lot of handheld, like a mixture of handheld, gimbal and drone footage. So again, I ended up being able to help the team a lot more when it came to that. And we overall had a really great time. This was a place where we managed to eat some of the food again. And trust me, like, this food was really needed. This was the way that we really wanted to finish off the day. Everyone was able to come around at a table and just enjoy the spoils of what that day was in its entirety. Main thing that I can say is I'm going to be trying to increase the amount of content I put out. This is just one single day out of what I was doing throughout this last month. There are at least 4 other projects that I can make just like this, because they required me to record it in landscape, which I normally record handheld and portrait. So I could make a video about that. I could make individual ones, or I could make like a what I did this month as a videographer type of content. So let me know in the comment sections what kind of content you want me to put out. I also have a video that is a reel of drone footage that has recently hit 300,000 views. So if you want me to put out more videos drone related, a lot of people are asking me, there's so many questions on that video as well. So if you want me to do a breakdown on how I fly my drone, why I fly it, where I fly it, and what I do with the footage in the end, please let me know in the comment sections. Again, everyone's information is going to be in the description if I can find everything. And some of this content should also end up on social media anyway. Please help me by sharing this content, liking, commenting, and subscribing. And you'll never know where we end up next. So definitely subscribe, notifications on for all. And yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed this video. It does take a little longer for me to create it because it's not something I normally create alongside all the other stuff that I've made. But at a certain point I was like, a lot of this footage is going into the right places. It just wasn't being uploaded by me, and I wanted to see what content I could make out of it, and YouTube was definitely an option, so I thought of trying something new. But I should be able to make this for social media as well, so I hope you guys enjoy how that looks as well. And yeah, hopefully this is where I stay consistent with YouTube and you'll see a lot more from me. See ya.